So come to sit on your butts. And if you don't have your little screen on speaker view, you can do that now. So if you can see everyone, if you're on gallery view and you want to just see me, if you go to the top right hand corner of your screen, if you're on a computer, I'm not sure where it is on an iPad, but you can just put it to speaker view, and then you'll be able to see me bigger than everybody else. So yeah, go for that one. And then come to a comfortable seated position. Ooh. So let's just take a moment. So if your hips are lower down than your knees, so if your hips are closer to the ground than your knees are, which for, I'd say 99.5% of the population they are, you might want to just grab a cushion and sit up on the cushion so your hips are slightly elevated, and that way it'll just encourage the hip muscles to relax a little bit. So feel free to do that. Or you can ignore me. And then we're going to take the left hand to the underside of the left thigh, the right hand just over the top of the left thigh, and just scoop the right hand down towards the inside of the leg and the left hand up. So you're scooping the flesh, rolling the flesh of your thigh out. So front of the thigh comes down, back of the thigh comes out. So you're essentially lifting up through the thigh flesh and grounding through the sit bones a little bit more. And then take your hands over to the other side and do the inside. So the left hand comes from the outside to the inside of the right thigh, and the right hand scoops that butt flesh out. You should be able to sit a little bit more grounded on your sit bones now. Good. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. Bring the shoulders a little bit back so that the shoulders are just over the hips, and then bring the hands down onto the knees. Find a little bit of length in the back of the neck. So imagine someone's got a piece of string that's pulling up at the very top and back of your head. So the chin comes slightly towards the chest. And then close down the eyes. As you inhale, breathe into the ribs. So feel the ribs expand at the sides. Exhale, at the end of the exhale, find a little bit of pull the belly towards the spine. Inhaling, shoulders coming down away from the inside of the ribcage, expanding. Exhale, 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 belly coming towards the spine. One more inhale here. Exhale. Drop the breath a little lower in the body. Good. As you next inhale, blink the eyes open, bring the arms out to the side, bring them all the way up and over the head. And then we're going to interlace the fingers and push the palms out so that they face the sky. Now, what you might notice is that the little finger wants to be the highest finger of all the fingers. See if you can peel the little finger down towards the back of the room and the thumb forward so that your hands are flat. Take an inhale, see if you can reach your hands a little bit taller as you exhale. See if you can ground the sit bones a little bit more. So we're just getting a little bit of extension through the body. And then we're going to take this into some movement. So see if you can keep both hip bones grounded, but we're just going to go for some circles with the upper body. So think ribs forward, ribs to the side, ribs to the back, and to the side. Almost like you do in cat-cow, when you do circles in cat-cow. But see if you can keep the lower spine really long here. Let the neck and the head relax. Good. And for a few circles one way, let's go to the other way. So hands come over to the side, front, side, and back, and side, and front, and side, and back. Imagine your ribs, let's do one more. So imagine your ribs are in the middle of a sticky tube of honey, and you want to get all that honey off all the sides of the tubes. Good, now come up to a central position again. See if you can ground the sit bones a little bit more. Keep the lower spine long. Reach the rib cage away from the hips. And then let's exhale, bring the hands out in front of you. Crawl the hands along the floor and relax the head and the neck down towards the floor. Again, keeping the hips. Oh no.
I've still got you, Dora.
Oh, good. It logged me out. Has everyone else still got me?
Yeah,
No?
I'm still here.
You can still hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, I can still hear you.
Oh, good. You can still hear me. Sorry, it said I was logged out because someone else logged in again.
I can see you.
Good. All right. Well, come. Bring the hands out in the front. Relax the forehead down.
I've got my camera off just because there's people coming in and out of the camera all the time.
Yeah, fair enough. That's absolutely fine. So yeah, it said that it logged me out because someone else logged in. I don't know why, but hey.
You just need to mute us all again.
Yes, I will mute you all now. Bring the forehead down and relax into the lower spine. Yeah. There we go. When you're ready, bring your hands a little bit further back towards your knees so that you can press down into the floor with the fingertips, bend the arms and roll over, coming into your all fours position. And then roll the shoulders away from the ears. So we're not going through cat-cow here. Sorry, you can't see because I'm wearing a massive jump. So we're not going through cat-cow, but instead we're just rolling the shoulders away from the ears 3 times. So do 3 shoulder rolls back. As the shoulders come down away from the ears, see if you can feel the scapula brushing against each other and down towards the lats. And then 3 times forward. So then you're going to collapse in the chest, bring the shoulders up towards the ears, roll them forward. So you're just isolating the shoulder joint here, let the neck relax. And when you're ready, tuck the toes underneath, bring the hips back towards the heels, and then straighten up through the legs, come up into your downward facing dog. Take a little walk from side to side. Do whatever feels like you need to do it here. So if you want to bend your knees, bring your hips nice and high. Maybe bring the chest towards the thighs 3 times. You can come forward into a plank, maybe ripple through the spine a couple of times. Whatever feels good for you. And then when you're ready, let's come back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg. Keep those hips square, so keep 2 hip bones facing the floor. Flex the foot, all 5 toes pointing towards the floor. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, come forward into a plank, touch your knee on your nose, and then step that right foot down in between the hands. If you need to give your foot a little bit of a shuffle, that's absolutely fine. Drop the back knee, bring the hands up onto the hips. Take a little bit of the bend out of the front leg, squeeze both hip bones forward. So you've got a really strong stretch in that left hip flexor. Let's bring the hands into a prayer at heart center, roll the shoulders away from the ears, and then see if you can maintain this alignment in the hips, this length in the lower spine, but bend the front knee a little deeper. Inhale, lift the hands up towards the sky. Maybe finding a little length in the rib cage, so thinking about lifting the ribs away from the hips, bringing them up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. As you exhale, let's bring that left hand down towards the inside of the right foot. Open up in that right arm towards the ceiling. Tuck the back toes under, possibly lift the back knee. Twisted lunge. Keep hugging that right knee in towards the body and then lift the chest up towards the ceiling. Press down firmly in that left hand into the floor. Let's drop the back knee again, untuck the back toes, and then peel the left hand off the floor so you're coming up into a twisted lunge. So your body is facing your front leg, your left hand is reaching forward, that right hand is reaching back. Now see if you can squeeze your inner thighs towards each other and make sure that your body is on top of your hips so you're not collapsing into your lower spine here. Let's tuck the back toes under, possibly lift up through the back knee, optional, okay? And then inhale, bring both arms up and over the head, high lunge. Strong hip flexors, straighten up through that back leg, find a 90-degree angle with that front leg. Lift the chest a little higher. And then as you exhale, bring both hands down, frame the front foot. Now stay here. right? Press the hands deeply down into the floor, lift the hips higher, and see if you can just raise that foot off the floor, that front foot, without moving anything else. Good. Inhale, bring it all the way back into your three-legged dog. Exhale, step it down. Good. Drop both knees down onto the floor. Keep the hips over the knees, and then walk your hands in front, coming into your puppy pose. Bring the forehead down towards the floor, maybe the chin down towards the floor. If this is easy for you, Marcy, I know you're in the class, come up onto your fingertips, raising the wrists off the floor. And then everyone think about hugging the ribs in towards the back, so the ribs come away from the floor, but the shoulders come down towards the floor. If being up on the fingertips isn't enough, you can always maybe straighten one leg. And then switch and straighten the other leg, if you're doing that leg thingy. Everyone's looking at me like it's really confusing. Like this. Nice. Toes on the floor if you're straightening a leg. Good. Walk the hands back. Press the forehead down on the floor, coming into your child's pose. From your child's pose, bring the hands back behind you, interlace the fingers at the base of the spine. Roll the shoulders away from the ears so the arms straighten. As you inhale, come up as high as you can in your forehead, sucking belly towards the spine, lifting the hands up and over the head towards the mat in front of you. Exhale, roll it down, rolling through that third eye area. Inhale, coming all the way up and over onto the top of the head. Exhale, roll it down. One more time. Inhale, coming up onto the top of your head. Hips up nice and high, belly up towards the spine. Hug the heels of the hands towards each other. Exhale, roll it down. Good. Bring those arms out in front of you. Spread the fingers. Hips lift, tuck those toes underneath. Inhale, lift up and back, downward facing dog. Good. With your next inhale, raise that left leg up high. Keep those two hips square. 5 toes facing the floor. Hug those inner thighs towards each other here. Keep the weight evenly in both hands. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, coming forward into a plank. Touch your knee towards your nose. And then as you exhale, step the foot down in between the two hands. Bring the back knee down to the floor. Hands come to the hips, coming up for your Anjalyasana. So, hands on the hips. Squeeze those hips forward. Engage that right glute. Bring the hands to a prayer at heart center. Roll the shoulders away and then seat those hips a little lower. Good. Option to stay here, otherwise you can inhale, lift the prayer all the way up to the sky, maybe opening the arms wide. So you're thinking hips low, chest lifts, maybe head back, maybe arms back. Reaching up and out of those hips, up and out of that lower back to lift the heart a little higher. And then as you exhale, bring that right hand down towards the instep of your left foot. Coming into your twisted lunge again, optional to straighten up through that back leg. Hug the left knee in towards the body, and then press down with the right hand to lift the body up, up, up. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, drop the back knee. Let that left hand reach you up and back as you come into your other twisted lunge. Good. From here, looking towards that back hand. Feeling the left hand pull back, the right knee reach forward. Optional to straighten up through that back leg. Wherever you are, try and find your 90-degree angle with that front leg and keep the two hips squeezing towards each other. Lower spine is long. Inhale, reach the arms up and over the head, shoulders away from the ears, hips squeeze forward. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame that front foot. Now press deeply down into the floor with the hands, lift the hips a little higher, keep everything else where it is, but bring the left foot up towards your left glute. Inhale, bring it all the way back into your three-legged dog. Good. Exhale, step it down. Good. Drop onto the knees. And then let's bring both forearms down onto the floor. Make sure that the hands are still spread. So your fingertips are super stretched out. Roll the shoulders away from the ears here. And then let's tuck the toes underneath, coming into our forearm plank. Squeeze the hips forward, reaching the belly up and in towards the spine. Option to stay here or walk through the toes, keeping the legs straight, lifting the hips up into your dolphin. Exhale, walk it back to your forearm plank. Keep those elbows in line with the wrists. Inhale, walk the feet up. Bring the head down towards the floor, pressing through the elbows to bring the armpits back towards the knees. And then if you're in your dolphin, optional to press both hands into the floor. See if you can lift both elbows off the floor at the same time, coming up into your downward facing dog. If you're in your forearm plank, lift one arm and then the other, and lift the hips. Inhale to bring that right leg up. As you exhale this time, kick your, open through your hip and kick your foot towards your butt, like you're trying to kick yourself in the butt. Open the hips to the side, so you're opening your hips to your right hand side. Option to stay here, or maybe, this is hard, but think about transferring the weight into your left hand, reaching your right hand back towards your left leg. Nice. And then bring your knee towards your nose as you inhale. Step that foot forward in between the hands. Drop the back knee. Inhale, bring the arms up and over the head. As we exhale, bring your hands into a prayer and bring your left elbow over the outside of your right knee. Tuck those back toes under again. Optional to lift through the back knee, but everybody press really hard down into the floor with your outside, into the knee with the outside of the left arm, and twist the chest. So you're trying to bring that prayer to the center of your chest, to your sternum here. And then if you can, everybody tuck the back toes under, lift up through the back knee. Look down at your right big toe. See if you can lean the body forward, transfer the weight onto that foot, and lift the left foot to meet the right, coming into your twisted Utkatasana, so your twisted chair pose. Sit the hips down a little lower, lift the chest a little higher, bring that prayer into the center of your chest. Roll the right shoulder away from the ear. Maybe look towards the right hand side of the room. Now press the right big toe down into the floor, peel the left foot off the floor. Hug the heel towards your butt. As slowly as you can, step it back in your lunge. Good, drop the back knee, inhale, lift the arms up and over the head. Sink the hips a little lower, reach the chest a little higher. And then exhale, bring the left foot down, the left hand down to the inside of the right foot. Twist onto the outside of your left foot and then bring the right foot back to meet the left, peeling that right hand up towards the sky. For your side plank. Take an inhale, look up at that top hand. And then as you exhale, bring the right hand down towards the floor. Drop the knees down to the floor. Bring the shoulders forward over the wrists. Bend the elbows all the way down towards the body. Now lift the palms off the floor, roll shoulders away from the ears, reach forward. As you exhale, press the hands down into the floor, tuck the toes underneath. Lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Good, take a little breath here if you want to take a child's pose or a sip of water. Feel free to do so. Make sure the back of the neck is long in downward facing dog. I think especially when you're looking at a screen, it can be very easy to jerk the neck but keep the rest of the body in a posture. So just know that you know what you're doing. All we're going to do now is exactly what we did on the other side. So as you inhale, raise that left leg up high to the sky. Good. Exhale, open the hip, try and kick yourself in the butt. And then if you did so on the other side, this is a really bizarre balance, but why not? Transfer the weight to your right hand and then drag the left foot, the left hand along the mat. Press the right big toe into the floor. See if you can touch your ankle. Whee! And then bring it back as you inhale, straighten up through the hips. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose and step that foot forward. You're coming straight up into your high lunge here. Inhale, lift arms all the way. Maybe drop the back knee and then bring your prayer over. So come into your twisted lunge on this side. Press really firmly with that left hand into the right hand to lift up through the chest and bring the chest towards the center of the prayer. Make sure your front leg is at a 90-degree angle, your knees not jutting out over that foot. Maybe tucking through the back toes, lifting up into your high twisted lunge. Good, and then everybody press that left big toe firmly down into the floor. Look at the left toe, transfer the weight super slowly to come into your twisted Utkatasana. Now press the knees into the elbow to keep the knees over the midline of the body. Press the elbow into the knees to lift up through the chest a little more. See if you can sit down a little lower. Good, and then as you inhale, press the left big toe into the floor, lift up that right foot towards the glute. Exhale, shoot it out behind you. Slowly step it back in your twisted lunge. Good, drop that back knee as you inhale, lift the arms up and over the head. See if you can find a little bit more lift in the chest. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Right hand stays down, roll over onto the outside edge of your right foot and then lift it up into your side plank. Lift those hips a little higher as you inhale. As you exhale, reach the arm up and over the head. Bring the hand down towards the floor. Now, optional to either drop the knees and come into baby cobra, or else coming through your full chaturanga. As you inhale, let's pause in your back bend. So whether your hands are down on the floor or not, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, scooping the hip forward, and feel that opening in the chest. We've done a lot of twists. Exhale, tuck the toes underneath, and let's come back to your child's pose. Everyone take a big inhale here. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale. And sigh it out. As you inhale, come back into your all fours position. Let's tuck the toes underneath. Lift those hips high. And then we're going to walk the feet to meet the hands, to meet the wrists at the front of the mat. Bring the weight into the big toes. If you need to bend the knees to have a release in the lower spine here, that's absolutely fine. And for our first variation, let's interlace the fingers and bring the fingers towards the back of the neck. Okay, so the base of the skull here. Let the elbows relax, let the back of the neck be long, and bring the weight forward onto the toes here. So the hips is the highest point of the posture. The hips are the highest point of the posture. If you feel like your lower spine is really rounded here, bend the knees more. You can shake your head, nod your head. Check for jaw tension here. Good, and then release the hands. Deeply bend the knees, relax the upper body on the thighs, okay? So bend your knees so much that your upper body relaxes on the thighs. And then bring your arms out in front of you. If this is too much, you can keep your hands on your hips. Now imagine someone's pulling your hips towards the back of the room and pulling your arms towards the front of the room. And then see if you can pull in your ribs and your tummy so much that they lift off your thighs. The thighs are 90 degrees, parallel towards the floor. Relax in the back of the neck. Someone's pulling you forward, someone else is pulling your hips back. Hold it here for 3, Relax the back of the neck for 2. And for 1, exhale, fold it forward, bring the weight into the front of the feet. And now for this variation, you can either hold onto the big toes here, or bring your hands around the backs of the legs, and you can either hold onto the heels, or I'll see if you can take your own elbows, and then slide the arms down the back of the legs, relax in the neck. Let your inhales and your exhales fill up your lower back here. Oh, Miles's dog. Hello, Miles's dog. Let's inhale, release the hands, bring the hands out in front of you, come up onto your fingertips or press the hands into the shins. Find a little length in the spine. As you exhale, fold forward one more time, relaxing in the back of the neck. Then deeply bend the knees as you inhale, roll up through the spine, keeping the shoulders relaxed, vertebrae by vertebrae until you are standing up. Beautiful. Come to Tadasana. Sorry, I'm just moving you so you can see me. Oh, hello, crotch. Come to Tadasana. So bring your big toes together, your heels slightly apart. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, hands on the hips. Now tuck your tailbone slightly under, so the lower spine is super long, the belly is engaged, it's scooping up. Inner thighs are squeezing towards each other, and you're pressing down with the big toe, the outer edge of the foot, and the heel equally. Good, we're going to do some balancing. Woohoo! Are we ready? Yes, we're ready. We're going to start with eagle pose to continue our theme of twisting today. So let's inhale, bring your right knee up and in towards the chest. As you exhale, cross your right leg over your left like you need a wee and you're trying to hold it in. Sit down deeply and see if you can wrap your toes around the inside of your left leg. Or just put them on the back of the right leg. Now sit down super, super low. You're trying to sit down in the chair, just like chair pose. And then let's inhale, bring the arms out in front and bring the right arm underneath the left. Cross them over. Show the backs of the hands to each other and then just flip the hands so that you can get the palms together. If the palms aren't quite together, you can interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders up, back and down and lift the chest with the elbows. Bring your weight more into the heel of your left foot. Sit down a little lower. Twist the lower body to the left a little bit more. Raise the elbows up, maybe look up at your hands. Good, slowly inhale, release the arms, bring the arms up and over the head. Bring the right knee up and in towards the chest. Exhale, kick it out behind you for your warrior 3. So flex those right toes down towards the floor. You can take a little micro bend in the left knee if you'd like to. Palms are facing the body. The body comes down till it's parallel to the floor. Shoulders away from the ears, rib cage squeezing up towards the back. Take an inhale here. Exhale, step that foot down into your high lunge. Inhale, arms up and over the head. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down, frame that front foot, and then step it back into your plank, either straight till you're down and facing dog or through a vinyasa, your choice here. I'm going to move you guys a little bit further back. Good, and from your downward facing dog, either you can jump if you really, really fancy it, or else walk your feet towards the front of your mat, maybe tap your wrists with your toes, bend through the upper body, heel toe the feet till they're all the way together, big toes together, bend through the knees, and then roll up through the spine. Let's do that same thing again. So spread the toes of the right foot this time, super spreaded. Bring the hands onto the hips, inhale, bring the left knee up and in towards the chest, and then cross it over that right leg as high as you can. The higher you cross, the better of a chance you have of wrapping. Okay, and the more you wrap, the more secure you're going to feel. Wrap those toes, sit down in that chair, lean back so the weight is in the right heel. Bring the arms out in front. And then as you exhale, bring the left arm underneath the right arm over. Again, crossing them out. Show your backs of your palms to each other. And then see if you can just twist at the wrists and bring the hands into a prayer. Roll the shoulders down, elbows up. Stay it down a little bit more. Lift the chest a little bit higher. Squeeze the belly firmly. Sit down a little bit more. Raise those elbows a little higher. And then slowly inhale. Unwrap the arms, lift the arms up and over the head. Unwrap the knee, bring the knee into the chest as you inhale. Exhale, kick it back into your warrior three. Flex through that back leg. See if you can lift it a little bit higher. Maybe micro bend in that right knee. Drop the chest a little lower. Squeeze the rib cage away from the floor. Squeeze the belly away from the floor. Lengthen the back of the neck. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Take an inhale here. Exhale, slowly, slowly land it back in that high lunge. Inhale, the arms come up and over the head. Exhale, bring the hands all the way down to frame the front foot. Step it back into your plank. Optional vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Your choice. Lovely options. I love it when I see people taking options. Beautiful. Good. And then let's inhale to come forward into a plank. As you exhale, you have 5 counts to make it all the way down to the floor. You can bring your knees down to the floor or else keep them lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring the forehead down onto the mat. Now this is a lovely, lovely stretch that Claire's yoga class reminded me of. So you've got a moment of calm here. Bring your right hand out to the side so that it is creating a right angle. So cactus your right arm, like that. And the palm is facing flat down. The left hand comes up so that the left hand is in line with the left shoulder. And then you're going to press into that left hand to lift your hips up. Keep pressing the right shoulder down into the mat. And then maybe you can bend that left foot and bring that left foot flat to the floor, or else you can just let it starfish out. I find this one a super lovely twist and opening through the chest and the shoulder. Relaxing the jaw here, relaxing the side of the neck. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring the hips back towards the floor. And then let's change sides. So bring the left hand out so that it's making that cactus shape, that right angle. Elbow in line with the shoulder. And then bring the right hand in line with the shoulder. Relax the left ear on the mat. And then lift those hips up and over. Maybe bringing the right foot flat to the floor. Maybe just letting the legs relax down. Breathing into it. I remember the first time I ever did this stretch, and I was at a studio where loads of teachers practice, and everyone was grabbing their back hand with their top hand. And I was like, how is that even possible? I'm sure some of you can probably do it, but I think handstands are not friends of chest stretches. Good, and then slowly roll out, release, bring the forehead back down towards the floor. And then just press into the hands a little bit with the hands at chest height and bring your elbows to where your hands were. Forearms come flat on the mat and the fingers are outstretched. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Press the hips down into the floor and then use your elbows and your fingers to really Pull them towards your body and lift the chest, lift the rib cage away from the hips. Shoulders come down away from the ears. And for this one, let's keep the chin in towards the chest. So you're almost thinking about giving yourself a double chin here. Think shoulders back, chest forward, double chin. Oh, what a horrible stretch. And then from here, tuck your toes underneath. And then press into the toes, lift the hips, come back into your forearm plank. Walk the toes towards the elbows, come into your dolphin. And then either one hand or both at the same time, lift up into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Step your right foot behind your right wrist, your left foot behind your left wrist, and sink the hips coming into your Malasana. Oh, I'll turn to face you guys. Press the elbows in towards the insides of the knees, bring the hands into a prayer, roll the shoulders away, lift the chest towards the thumbs. See if you can connect your chest to your thumbs. Oh. And then bring the thumbs up towards your third eye and just give your third eye a little tap. Apparently that's good for energy, which I don't know about you guys, but I could do with a little bit of. And then here, interlace the fingers, press the fingers up towards the ceiling. If this is too much, feel free to keep the hands in prayer at heart center. And let's try to go for a couple of those rib circles that we were doing at the beginning. So see if you can just move your ribs in one direction. It's really hard. And then the other direction, whilst keeping your hips super stable. Always the option to do this with a wall behind you if you want to. One direction. And then I wish I was videoing this. You guys look great. I love it. And then option to keep the hands lifted or bring them down to the floor. See if you can walk your toes slightly in so the feet come more to parallel. I'm just going to move so you guys can see this from the side. Feet come to parallel. Da, 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 da. And then bring the hands behind you, come into your tabletop. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Lift up through the hips, feel the opening in the chest, drop the head back. And then let's exhale, roll down through the spine. See if you can bring your hips back in between your hands, keeping the hips off the ground. Press those hands into the floor. If the hips come down towards the ground, that's no problem. Maybe you guys lifting one leg, maybe lifting the other leg, maybe lifting both legs at the same time. And exhale, drop it down. Good, bend the knees, roll down through the spine, come all the way to lie down on your back. Now bring the heels nice and close towards the butt. Heels come slightly out, toes slightly in. Now lift up all 10 toes, spread them out and place them back down on the floor. Let's roll up through the spine. Now see how slowly you can roll up. So lift up the hips, the lower back, the middle back, and the upper back. Finally, keeping those glutes engaged, squeezing towards the sky. Now when you get up, feel free to roll your shoulders underneath. Maybe interlacing the fingers, pressing them down the mat. Option to stay here, or else if you'd like to, transfer the weight into your left foot. Inhale, bring the right knee in towards the chest. Exhale, straighten the leg out up towards the sky. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring your two knees down into one line, keeping the pelvis neutral. Inhale, lift the leg all the way up. As you exhale, bring that leg out to the side, opening your hips, but keep the pelvis neutral. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, bring the knee towards the chest. Maybe releasing the fingers, taking hold of the knees. So you're squeezing the knee towards the chest. Exhale, release, bring that foot down towards the floor. Roll it down through the spine. And windscreen wide for the legs from side to side. And then let's go again. Bring your feet flat to the floor, nice and close towards the hips. Nice and slowly come up, really trying to isolate vertebrae by vertebrae as you inhale, rolling through the hips, low spine, middle spine, upper spine. See if you can feel each vertebrae leaving the floor. And then when you get up to your maximum, always the option to roll the shoulders away from the ears. Bring those hands to interlace underneath the hips. Squeeze the hips up towards the ceiling. And then option to transfer the weight into the right foot as you inhale, bring the left knee in towards the chest. I can already feel my pelvis wants to move here. So really try and keep that pelvis isolated. Exhale, straighten the leg out. Take an inhale here. Exhale, two knees, one line. Inhale here. Bring it back up to center. As you exhale, open it out to the side, but keep both hip bones facing the ceiling. This is the hard one. Inhale, bring it back up to center. Exhale, left knee in towards the chest, possibly unraveling the shoulders and taking hold of underneath the knee. Good. Inhale, straighten it up, and exhale, release it down, roll down through the spine. Good, let's everyone bring the soles and the heels of your feet together, let your knees come out wide, bringing the hands onto the belly for your Supta Baddha Konasana. Relax the shoulders down to the mat. As you inhale, bring those feet back up, nice and close towards your butt. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor. This is an optional third back bend, so if you'd rather stay with your Supta Baddha Konasana, feel free to. Otherwise, you can go for a bridge or an Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel. So if you're going for a wheel, inhaling, lifting your arms up and over your head, bringing your hands flat to the floor either side of your head, and then pressing your heels down into the floor, rolling up through the spine. When you come up onto your shoulder ridge, pressing down your hands into the floor and lifting up into your wheel. Nice options, guys. I like to see options in the room. Good. Cat, bring your chest more towards the back of the room. So more weight in your hands. Now walk your hands back towards your feet a little bit more. There we go. Now keep the chest where it was. Good. Take an inhale here. Slowly roll down through the spine. Bring the back of the neck down towards the floor. Shoulders, upper spine, mid spine. And then windscreen wiper the legs from side to side. Let's bring the feet flat to the floor again, as though you were going to go for another wheel, which I promise we're not. Just going to do a little neck / upper core strengthening exercise, but don't worry, it's not that painful. As you inhale, bring your chin away from the chest. Exhale, bring your chin down towards your chest as though you're trying to give yourself a double chin. Now hold it there, relax the shoulders, relax the ribs. Inhale, chin away from the chest. Like you're nodding it up, exhale, nod your head down, chin towards the chest, give yourself a double chin. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, chin away from the chest. Exhale, chin down towards the chest, give yourself a double chin. Inhale, chin away from the chest. Exhale, chin towards yourself, give yourself a double chin. This time, hover your head off the floor 1 centimeter, but keep the chin in towards the chest. Give yourself a double chin. Relax your shoulders, relax every other part of your body. Good. Inhale, release, chin away from the chest. Exhale, chin towards the chest. Give yourself a double chin. Hover the head off the floor 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter, no more. Good. Inhale, chin away from the chest. Exhale, chin towards the chest. Give yourself a double chin. Hover off the floor 1 centimeter. Good. Hold for 5 of your own breaths. 1 centimeter, no more. It doesn't feel like much at first, but it's just strengthening your neck muscles. It's very important after back bends. Good, and release if you haven't already. Just nod the head to the right and the left. Give it a little relax. And then leave your left knee where it is. Inhale, your right foot comes in, your right knee comes in towards your chest. As you exhale, put your outside of your right ankle across your left knee. So you're coming into like this laying down pigeon. So now check with the alignment of your hips. Maybe your right hip has begun to go down towards the floor and your left hip is squeezing up. So you can keep your 2 hips even. And then maybe using the front of the right palm pressed down on the inside of the right thigh only. Option to stay here or else peel that left foot off the floor, maybe interlacing the hands underneath the left thigh or over the left shin. Keep that right knee pressing down towards the bottom of the mat, belly relaxed, shoulders relaxed. And then if you've got the fingers interlaced underneath the front of the shin, let them slide down so that underneath the hamstring. Keep the knee rooting down towards the bottom of the mat as you, let's take an inhale here actually. And then as you exhale, straighten through that left leg, flexing the foot, reaching it up towards the sky. Relax the shoulders down into the floor. Option to stay here, or actually you can copy Claire, or is it Tracy? It's Tracy. Walk your fingers down your leg if you would like to, if you want a bit more of a hamstring stretch. Maybe taking a hold of your big toe. And then let's walk the hands back down the leg. Bring the left foot back down towards the floor, arms out towards the side in a cactus shape, like we're doing the chest stretch. And then let the right foot fall towards the floor. So the right foot comes flat towards the floor. Keep that knee rooting out towards the bottom of the mat. And maybe look over towards your right hand. Little twist here. Let's unravel. Inhale, bring the head back to center. Peel that foot off the floor. Let's bring the right knee back in towards the chest. Bring the arms down either side of the legs. Maybe reach up and give your knee a kiss. And exhale, release it down, swap sides. Bring the right foot back towards the floor. Bring the left knee up and in towards the chest. And then let's bring it across the front of the leg. Now at this point is when you need to check in with the pelvis because I can feel that my right hip is really hooked up. So bring both hip bones back evenly down onto the floor. And then maybe bringing the front of the left hand against the inside of the left leg. Relax the belly. So funny when you guys are lying down, all I can see is feet. Good, option to stay here or else maybe reaching and interlacing the fingers underneath the hamstring, underneath the, on top of the shin. Relax those shoulders down into the mat. Checking for tension in the face. You know where I've realised takes a lot of tension in my face? The eyes, which is weird. But I'll remind you of that in Shavasana. Relax the eyes. Good, and then possibly sliding the fingers down so that underneath the hamstrings and straightening up through that right leg. Again, keeping the hips flat on the floor here. Option to walk the hands up that leg, maybe taking hold of the right toe for you bendy wendies. Yeah, and then that left hand, if it feels good, can still push against the inside of the left knee. And then let's re-bend that right leg, bring the foot flat to the floor, and then take the left foot over to the floor into your twist, cactusing the arms. Good, as you inhale, bring that foot back up. Unravel the right foot, the left knee, bring the left knee in towards the chest. Release the hands down on either side of the body. Inhale, lift the head and shoulders up. Give your left knee a kiss. And then keep it there, bring the right knee up as well. Good, hold it here for 3, 2, squeeze belly down towards the floor for 1. Now bring the knees out to the side, the hands come through, taking hold of your big toes. Relax the head back down onto the floor and then try and kick the ceiling to come into your happy baby. Super bendy people here, see if you can hold on to the outsides of the feet, and then there's always the option, if you'd like to, just straighten the legs or keep them bent. Wherever you are, the lower spine should be flat on the mat, and feel free to take a little rock from side to side if it's more comfortable. Keep the shoulders relaxed here, try not to let them hoik up away from the mat. Claire, you look like a teddy bear, I love it. The rolls, beautiful. Tracy, you look like a squashed fly, so flat. I can't really see the rest of you, too far away. Kat, I can only see your feet. Mum, you look lovely. All right, and then relax. Bring the feet flat down onto the mat, back near your hips. And then roll them all the way down towards the edges of the mat. Bring the legs flat towards the floor. If you want to put any jumpers on or socks or anything like that for your Shavasana, now is a good time to do that. Always the option to, as well, when you're at home, put your legs up on a sofa or side of the bed or up the wall. And then have your palms up. Look at these Shavasana adjustments, I love it. Good work. Nice, nice up the wall variation, Gail. Love it. And then relax the shoulders down into the mat. Relax the hips down into the mat. And then let's think about the tension that we hold in the face. So check in with your jaw. See if you can release the jaw just a little bit. Bring your back teeth to separate. Relax the tongue in the mouth. Let the breathing come in and out through the nose, free, easy. And then check whether you're holding your eyes closed with any tension, or whether you can relax the muscles around the eyes and let them just naturally close. Just going to bring a bit of awareness to the breath. We're going to do, let's say, 3 rounds of holding the breath. So we're going to inhale for 6. Going to hold the breath at the top for 6 counts. Exhale for 6, and then we're going to hold the breath at the bottom for 6 counts. We're going to do this 3 times. So take one big inhale here. Fill the lungs as you exhale, release all the air out. And let's inhale here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold the breath. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it out. Sorry, that was exhale. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it there. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it there. Then inhaling and exhaling as normal. Let those thoughts come and go. Slowly bring some awareness back to the body. Small movements of the fingers and the toes. Maybe bring the knees in towards the chest. Keep your eyes closed or half closed. However, your body is telling you to bring yourself up to seated nice and slowly. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Find some grounding in the sit bones and then bring the hands into prayer at heart center. Bow the head a little towards the heart. As you inhale, bring that prayer all the way up towards the sky. Blink the eyes open, look up at the thumbs. Exhale, fold it forward. Bring the prayer down towards the floor. Bring the forehead to the thumbs. Thank you, guys. Namaste. I'm going to unmute you now.